kind of a second, but there's obviously people in here with me. We're going to be pretty much going through the replays of the battles that happened this week. Obviously, people don't record and things for the CCL. It's more of like just a friend group type thing. There's only a couple content creators in the friend group, so yeah. But I have some people here with me. I have Ace.
What's poppin'?
I have Canchas.
I'm Conscious. Hello. Hi.
I have Demon.
Hello, guys and girls, and welcome.
Okay. Let's just blow everybody's ears out. I was shook. Okay. All right. We have Kendra.
Hello.
And we have Vsing.
Hi.
Yeah.
Charisma.
Correct.
Demon got the most charisma.
Okay, so pretty much we're just going to be going through each battle this week, and just pretty much just talking about the battle. So that's pretty much what this stream is, just so you guys can like kind of be like caught up with the CCL, and you don't have to feel like, oh, they did a draft stream, but they're not showing us what happened.
Yeah,
so,
there's no follow up. Yeah.
But yeah, let's just go ahead and kick it over to the first match, which is Daniel versus Hunter. I forgot their team names, but
Macaronas versus the Eterna Evergrands.
yeah, Evergreens. Evergreen.
Eterna Evergreens.
Yeah, that. Okay, so Hunter leads with a Palace one, and Daniel leads with a Therathorn. Hunter immediately switches out because, I'm not actually sure why he switched out. Well, actually,
he didn't want to get power whipped or gyro balled by Ferrothorn.
I kind of forgot that Palace one was a ground type.
Also, he wanted to preserve the Chandelier. He didn't want it to take rock damage, so get it in before rocks are set up.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Spikes or anything like that too.
Daniel sets up a curse, which makes you think that he's gonna start attacking or something. And then he stays in on the Chandelier here, which still makes you think that he would attack if he's going to do that. But then he sets up rocks. So
I did not understand why he was still sitting there against the Chandelier with the 4 times weakness.
Yeah.
Maybe he just didn't think that Hunter would commit in with the Chandelier immediately and just take damage because of how important it is for this battle. So,
or hear me out. He's my protege and had the Okaberry.
Maybe.
But the thing is, if he was going to stay in, you think that he would use an attacking move because he's set up for attack. Anyway, he stays in on. Well, he switches out to his Surf Edge, allowing the Chandelier to set up.
To his lightning type against a ghost type.
Yeah, the Chandelier uses Shadow Ball and one-shots the Surf Edge.
See, the first time I saw this, I thought that Daniel swapped that in thinking that it was an old Farfetch'd and it was normal type. So I don't know if that was something of oh, let me go with my old reliable normal type into a potential Shadow Ball here.
Or don't the Surf Edge has not the ability to hit ghost types? What was it called?
Yeah,
Scrappy. What does it Scrappy?
I was here when the battle was happening, and Daniel thought it could tank a hit. It was simple as that.
Oh,
yeah. I personally thought that he choose Surf Farfetch because he thinks he can take a hit and hit harder than the Chandelier.
Yeah.
Does he got Speed Chandelier?
So he goes back. He goes into the High Dragon here, which is it's okay switch.
Yeah.
He uses Crunch. Go ahead and phases the Substitute. Hunter uses Shadow Ball. High Dragon can eat that though, so it's no problem. I think Hunter's gonna switch out here. Yeah, he does, and he goes into the Palace Wine. Uses Crunch again, which isn't gonna do too much to Palace Wine. He goes back. He goes into Mammoth Wine now. Hunter goes ahead and sets up his Stealth Rocks, and then Hunter switches to his Quillfish, which does Quillfish have a? Is it neutral? It's neutral to ground, isn't it?
No,
it's weak to ground.
It's weak to ground.
It's because of Intimidate.
Intimidate. So if he Earthquaked here, would it?
Oh, would have done shit ton damage.
Yeah, it would have done a shit ton. I don't know if it would have killed, but it would have done a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Intimidate gets across. Daniel used superpower. What was his build on the memo sign?
Not sure.
Probably bandit ammo, if I have to guess of how he was using it.
Bro, I feel like this music's getting louder and louder.
Which in retrospect, I don't understand why he didn't earthquake here. Like, I understand a rock would. Well, no matter what.
Yeah, but if that swapped in, he should have earthquaked if he had earthquake.
Maybe he thought because Chandelier is floating that it has levitate.
Then he swaps out into the Vikavolt. The Vikavolt's gonna take a liquidation, pretty much be close to kill. Lives on 1%. Uses energy ball. Energy ball does a decent amount, but it's not gonna kill. And then another liquidation will kill the
Yeah,
Vikavolt.
because it's water poison.
He was probably predicting the Piloswine switch. That was actually decent.
He did the smart play there. The grass type move was the smart lock in because he was specs Vikavolt.
Oh, he was specs.
Yep. So the grass type.
He swaps like into the Ferrothorn. I think he tries to set up again. Or no, he uses the C-Bomb.
C-Bomb? Okay.
I think he does try to set up again, though. Eventually.
I think here he should have went into the him on top and it spend.
You mean Hitmonchan?
Hitmonchan and spend away all these hazards.
Yeah, he has so much hazards over there that it's just
I don't know
destroy.
if I'd swap there just because I don't want to come in on a liquidation. Like, you come in on hazard, spikes, and like web. So like you're taking 2 liquidations.
Doesn't Ferrothorn get like hazard control?
No.
It doesn't?
No.
I figured it would get like rapid spin or something.
No.
No.
That's its one flaw.
It is an hazard setter, but cannot get rid of it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It
It'd
should
be
get
nice if
rid
it could.
of it.
It honestly should, but like,
Right, like.
Yeah, you can spin it on its head and then it can spin perfectly because of the top spike.
Okay,
well,
yeah.
maybe his Pokemon entry it even has something about spinning.
There he sets up again. And then I'm pretty sure he just swaps back into the Chandelier. He used Gyro Ball, which actually did a lot. But
Which, yeah, it's a decent amount of damage.
well, right here, I think he could have. He probably could have preserved the Ferrothorn, but he decides to stay in, I think, and he just dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Chandelier proved a big problem for Daniel.
Yeah.
He swaps in his Mamoswine, obviously getting poisoned and get rocks, and his speed decrease, gets one shot again.
Did he have Thick Ball on his Mamoswine?
I'm not.
Maybe.
I'm not
I don't
sure.
understand why you don't go and just harden the High Dragon here. Like the resistance, and
Yeah.
plus you're not like harpered down by speed.
He swaps
Like,
in the
there you force
Palswine.
him. Yeah, this thing should die.
He sets up a Dragon Dance, which this could have been
Okay.
threatening.
Yeah,
Well, he's-
right
he's still-
here.
He still got the
Dan-
carnivore.
Yeah, this is a scary thing because if Daniel has the correct moveset, he can actually sweep from here potentially.
Yeah, it's just game.
But he ends up using
I sure.
Earthquake instead of. I think Crunch would have done more.
Crunch would have done more, but even better would have been Superpower if he had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he
That's
swaps
what
in
you said, like,
Hitmonchan.
If he had Iron Tail there, I think this game
Or
was
Iron
over.
Tail.
And at this point, the Hitmonchan is poisoned. Its speed's dropped. It's not gonna last these 5 mons.
In retrospect, maybe Canchas is right. Maybe you do swap in the Hitmonchan there.
Mm,
At this point, it's not doing much for
he-
you.
yeah, Mach Punch is not gonna do much to Gardevoir, and Gardevoir is just gonna pretty much kill it. Poison will kill. So yeah, Hunter now at the top of the leaderboard that we have. We got a 5-0 against Daniel. Daniel obviously now 0-1, and Hunter is 1-0. So yes. Now we should go on to the next match, which I think is Cyrus and Lee.
we have.
So
Revenge.
I don't think I actually watched this battle, so I have no idea what's gonna happen. I might have been there. I don't remember. They lead. He leads with a Sigilyph and Lee leads with this Toxtricity. Lee switches out immediately. That Psychic does a lot of damage, actually.
It's Tintylids.
Oh, okay.
Live or Tintylids, because it's resisted, it's gonna do a shit ton of damage.
Use Shadow Ball. It dies a lot with that Life Orb.
Yep.
Yeah.
Surprised he wasn't Magic Guard.
He provides generator.
Oh, that makes sense.
He endures a Flamethrower here. And
Why is Tormented such a threat? Jesus Christ.
what berry did he
That
have?
looks scary.
Same mode.
He had a leche berry.
Make fist.
It,
No,
it
make attack
boosts
higher.
attack.
Pretty much
Yeah.
just. I think this thing sweeps through a lot of that team.
No.
That's Snorlax. Oh, he gets a flinch.
Oh yeah, flinch. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
Yeah.
a little bit of a
that
painful battle to watch.
Yeah.
that flinch came in handy.
You're...
Brings it back in his toxicity. Gets throat chopped. Can't use any sound moves on the toxicity.
Which is
Even
actually
though
pretty
the thing is that toxicity is physical,
Yeah. It was
so it
like-
doesn't have any sound moves.
He gets a setup, but the Thunder Punch ends up paralyzing though, and he's not able to move. So he actually does get to kill the Toxicroak.
The funny thing is, Cyrus wasn't even thinking about the effects of throat chop when he did it. It was just his best move for a switch.
Yeah. He swaps into Flareon. Flareon eats the Drain Punch actually, and then I think the Flare Buck. Yeah, it kills the toxicity. Is he toxic? Orb?
Guts.
Guts boosted.
Oh, he's guts. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Walks into Phalanx, kills the Flareon. One shots the Phalanx with his Drifloon. Right here, it was like I think a small mistake. Well, I mean, Lee obviously didn't know what Cyrus' moveset was. Cyrus had something to cover what Lee was doing. I think it'll get down to the point where Lee uses a rest. Yep, he uses the rest.
And I don't think Cyrus put an item on this to where it would easily get the acrobatics boost.
Cyrus had Memento, and he killed off his Drifloon. Then he went into his Shuckle, and he set up a Shell Smash.
Yeah.
so he brought
And this is not contrary.
Well,
He Power Tricked.
which swaps the stats, so he's very weak, he's very frail, but he hits very hard.
Yeah, and pretty much
One-shots the apple
he
toe.
just wins this way.
You're-
Oh.
Yeah.
The Snorlax.
It's a 1-0 for Cyrus.
Hilarious.
He's now 1-0, and Lee is 0-1. So, yes.
I think Lee could have played a little better with his Snorlax a bit, and that would have made Chuckle
Well,
a lot harder to sleep with.
that flinch kind of.
Yeah. really
Yeah.
screwed him over.
Uh,
Definitely keep an eye out for that Endure Zen mode. Dermanitan.
Alright.
Everyone.
Next is a battle that I wasn't here for, so I literally have seen none of. So, the next battle is Jake versus Kendra. Kendra is here, so she can explain things.
Yeah. And we're brother and sister. If
Yeah.
you couldn't tell by the very similar names there.
Yeah, 24601. Anyway,
Okay, yeah.
okay. So, Jake starts off with a Claydol, and Kendra starts off with her Quagsire.
This should be Rock Exchange. Keyword should be.
Yep.
I led off with it because I thought it had a decent move against everything on his team, which is why I led with it. And no, it didn't have rocks. Don't judge me.
I wonder why Liquidation over something like Scald.
Because I was going for some attack because there were a couple of things on his team that I was really scared of that Quagsire could wall, like Dracovish, which he didn't bring, which I prepared my whole team for.
Yeah, but why a physical move over a special move?
Because so I could Earthquake more physically.
Okay, I can
So I
respect that.
kept along with the attack. This is my Quick Feet Jolteon to help destroy Dracovish, which isn't here.
Yes, Dracovish?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, not on this team, but
Hmm.
I was scared.
Use the Volt
I
Switch.
predict the Volt Switch, or at least the electric move. And I know Rotom Heat can't touch Quagsire.
Yeah, what if it was Sage though?
Mm.
So happy this gets toxic when a lot of other things didn't. And I was also water absorbed, not unaware.
It's-
Well,
Because
well,
of Dracovish.
Do you guys end up like stalling for a while? I think you do.
Not a long while,
I remember him like paint. Yeah, I did watch it.
just a little bit.
He like
Well,
paint
they have
splits
two
like
very
Nice
bulky
small
teams.
battles.
Yeah.
It's not prepared. There's the Valley Grass that kind of took me by surprise. Then, which he named Bug to annoy me. But I've got my Cinderace here, and that still did a decent amount with its Pyrope Goal against this thing. And then I killed with a high jump kick, which I was super happy about. But
Missed, that would have sucked.
A lot of unnecessary damage.
If that is still, well.
High jump kick, doo-doo.
And here I did it.
I don't know. It's kind of a risky thing to break
I
because,
did
like,
it. I clicked first impression. It didn't help me very much, but I clicked it.
We yelled at her all last season. You should have clicked first
Last
impression.
season in my battle against my brother, I didn't click it, and it lost me the game.
She kicked the damn bullshit.
I don't know. For me, anyway, like something like high jump kick, like yeah, it hits for a lot, but you also do a ton of damage to yourself.
If you miss, but it's
miss.
risk and reward. Pokemon.
Yeah.
I expected him to switch.
But for me, anyways, on Showdown, it's like a 95% chance that you're gonna miss.
Oh yeah, it just depends because like the.
I'd rather have the
big party
chance
get-
to miss over like stat drops with close combat or superpower. I don't know if it gets those, but
It does not. It's only 5 type coverage is high jump kick.
well, then I need
Wait,
fighting
it gets
spirit.
power up punch, right? Hulk.
No,
No, it gets power punch, right?
does it?
I think.
And he gets a Will-O-Wisp off on me, which kind of sucked here. But
I mean, that ain't gonna really do too much.
there's a Silvally grass still, so
Yeah,
I
it'll
kind of
kill
let it
off.
kill me. Because I didn't want to switch into anything with the,
God.
yeah, he fire moved me, which I didn't expect him to have a fire move.
Bro,
to hit
that
me.
thing is dude.
It does one job. Literally one.
Well, but the fire was super effective, and I wasn't because of Fluffy, so I wasn't expecting him to have that.
Okay, so he
This guy's
actually
here,
came
but
back
I'm
at
pretty
him.
confident. Why did I switch this in? Was I scared for my Mew or something? I don't know.
Hmm.
If I'd been thinking, I probably could have lowered the score, but I was like, I had my Mew with U-turn. It did.
If he froze right there, he probably won.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could have played a little smarter, but it was a decent battle. No one made any huge catastrophic mistakes. We each could have played things a little differently,
Mhm.
but it was a good battle.
Little 1-0 now. Now Kendra is 1-0 and Jake is 0-1. So next was me and Canchas' battle.
Yeah.
Go ahead and hit play here. I led with my Rose Raid. I think I had Toxic Spikes.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Well, as soon as you see the Skuntank across the thing, you're like, my
You led with your
dog's-
Dottler. I think it was a set of screens, right? Is that why you led with it?
Conscious?
He might have
Yeah,
liked out.
disconnect. Okay.
He had doo-doo internet, but I'm pretty sure that he led with it because he was gonna set up streams, and sticky webs. You led with Dottler to set up sticky webs and screens, right?
Yes, that's the only thing Dollar did. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It had energy ball in it for your the
Cloister. Yeah, you like that again. Anyway, I swapped in Mimikyu. Ghost is strong against Bug or Psychic, one or the other, right?
Psychic.
Psychic. Okay, yeah. I swapped in because of that. He used the sticky webs, but it didn't affect my Mimikyu at that time. I Swords Danced. I got my +2. He put up a Reflect. I used Shadow Claw. It actually done a lot of damage.
The reflect saves the ass.
Yeah.
yeah.
He used Energy Ball, killing my Disguise.
But that was
And
the plan.
then-
This guy.
I Play Roughed and killed it. He swaps into his extra deal, and right here is kind of, I think, what decides the battle type thing. For a little, well, kind of. I Shadow Sneak and I crit it and one shot it.
Yeah, it would have lived with the screens.
Yeah, the screen didn't matter with a crit.
Yeah, the crit plus the lack of screen. Yeah, I did the count. It was like 40% max.
Did you feel you had the swap extra drill in there, like at that moment, or? Because like I feel like extra drill could have come in later in the battle.
No. The reason why is I killed that. he had no really great like he once I had my webs up, Extra just kind of swept everything.
I see.
Yeah, Extra just kind of put a dent in the entire team. So I was like, okay, Extra Drill, yeah. I'm like, nothing he can do to one shot my Extra Drill. I should be fine.
I can get a crit.
Crit through my screen, yeah.
I can watch that. But anyway, he swaps in his Gastrodon. And he clear smugs, getting rid of my sword stance. I hear my my little baby niece about to come in here and start yelling, so this is about to be good. Anyway, he kills my Mimikyu with his Gastrodon. I swap in Roserade. My Roserade is life orb, by the way.
Retrospect, I probably should have went for Gastrodon on the thing, on the
Mimikyu. Yeah.
I set up Toxic Spikes and then swap into Copper Jaw, or Copper Raja. Sorry. He missed a Fire Blast, but Fire Blast wouldn't have killed me anyways.
Also, in retrospect, I'm like, I didn't think about the Copper Raja. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have stopped the webs because that Gyro was gonna die.
Yeah. I end up killing him with the Earthquake. What? That was Earthquake.
Oh no, this.
Oh yeah, now I kill you with the Power Whip.
I didn't know the thing got Power Whip. I was like, so yeah.
That's wild.
Most Pokemon get it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something like you don't normally see from like big Pokemons. Is something like Power Whip.
He swaps in Clefable, and Clefable gets poisoned by my Toxic Spike I set up. He ends up killing Copper Raja though. Going to Roserade. Roserade being Life Orb does quite a bit of damage. Hits Sludge Bomb. He ends up switching out after doing the damage to me.
I don't know why I switched.
He switched out, and I one-shot his Rotom with the Sludge Bomb.
Yeah, I don't know why I switched. I don't know that one.
And then at this point I outspeed, so I just ended up 400. So.
Yeah, I don't know. Why I switched.
And GG to Gridz.
Yeah. I think at that point, just Canchas kind of mindset was just like, man, I really fucked this match up.
Yeah, I don't know why I switched. I should have switched. I should have let the thing go down.
But yeah, I thought it was an okay match. The crit on the Extra Drill, obviously. It probably messed up your plan a lot.
Yeah, the crit and I think I missed a Willow or Toxic. I think I missed a Toxic somewhere.
All right, so the next match is Trent versus Wyatt.
Oh God.
Hold on a second. Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, give me food. Anyway,
Wait, but is that an authentic Sinistee evolution?
Shut up, Ace.
Ace got 2 of those yesterday, by the way.
Yeah, no. Well, the first one I ever caught ended up being one, and then we're like, "Oh, we'll just catch a normal one," and then ended up being another authentic one. I was like, "What the heck?"
Anyway,
Bitch.
Trent starts off with Rillaboom. Woot starts off with Rabombi. Ends up U-turning out and going into his Boltund, ugly mange-looking dog.
Damn, good.
Bombi got the webs off.
Use Fire Feigns, but he had Sash. I don't think it really matters too much though. Sucker Punch done okay damage, but it's gonna kill off a Shift Tree. Goes into his Type Null, gets crunched, not gonna do too much damage. Facade will kill off the Boltund.
Just as a heads up, Wyatt's Boltund.
I mean, Wyatt don't have a Boltund. It's Hunter.
Wyatt's Silvally? Is this called? Type Null?
Type Null.
It didn't have sleep. It was supposed to have rest. It did not have rest. Like it was supposed to. So just ask sleep talk.
R.I.P.
He goes into the Komodo. Rotom Volt switches out, and he goes into his Rabombi again. Trent then switches into his Gyarados. I think the Gyarados. What does the Gyarados do here? It Dragon Dances. Okay. And the Moonblast does a decent amount of damage, but Waterfall will kill the Rabombi with the setup Gyarados. He's a Moxie. He got a Moxie boost too. Very dangerous. Ends up using a Power Whip. Gets another Moxie boost.
I'm guessing Wyatt didn't know it got.
Yeah, the Gyarados is a really big threat now. The Noivern ends up eating a Waterfall though, and is able to kill off the Gyarados. He goes into his Mandibuzz, and he swaps. Woot swaps in to Hitmonlee. Gets defog, got rid of the webs. Stone Edge does a decent amount of damage, but then he gets toxic. Then he switches back into his Rillaboom. He eats the Stone Edge, but does a decent amount of damage. We'll go back into his type Null, getting a drum beating. They can drop speed.
Yes.
It drops speed every time.
Oh, that's actually really good.
Not every time. It's a chance to.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Rillaboom will kill off the. Was that a top Null? Yeah, it was top Null.
Yes, I know.
Noivern misses Air Slash, probably would have killed the Rillaboom. Then he goes into his Hitmonlee, which just was, he didn't have really much else he could do. So it's a 4-0 for Trent's side. The next battle we have is Max versus Cyclone. This battle took forever to get done. But it finally did get done yesterday. So, yeah. Max sends in his Pincurchin, and Cyclone actually ended up bringing his Yawn Mask. They exchanged Toxic Spikes.
I'm sorry, I don't understand. Cyclone honestly really should click Earthquake there.
They both end up setting quite a bit of things.
He should have clicked Earthquake.
Yeah. It goes into Hatterene. Hatterene ends up getting toxic and pretty much dies to this thing. It's a magic powdering, which I don't really.
I don't understand.
It turns it into a psychic type, I guess.
Yeah,
It's going
but
to be a little cheeky.
Yeah, I can understand that, but like, what was the plan after you done it? I don't know. I'm not sure. How does Hatterene set up? Oh, that's a trick room. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's trick room.
Yeah, I thought it was the psychic thing. Gets super effective surf. He ends up trying to hit him again, I think.
Yeah,
and he'll end up spitting out his fish in his mouth and killing the Yawn Mask.
Gulp missile.
Yeah. Sends in the Milotic. Max goes back into his Pincurchin, sets up Electric Surge. This Scalds, it burns the Pincurchin, but I think he's a special attack thing anyway, isn't he?
Yes, it is.
But yeah, it ain't gonna matter.
Either.
It goes into his Delmise. Ice Beam will do a decent amount to the Delmise. But Power Reap will one shot them.
Delmise don't play, bro.
He goes into his Turtonator and the Rhyperior. Max will go into the Rhyperior. Turtonator sets up a Shell Smash.
So I'm curious why he didn't just go into the Corviknight if he has something like Defog.
I'm actually surprised that Rhyperior ate that Dragon Pulse. But
yeah, Rhyperior's daily is fairly fat though.
It's probably vested as well.
Fake Out will kill the Rhyperior. Max brings in his what is that thing called? Cramorant. He misses a Hurricane and dies. Then he goes into a Cinescorch.
Okay, I don't understand. Why did he just not crunch?
I think it came down to a case where he just didn't know his typing. Maybe.
Click crunch. Nothing on that team appreciate crunch.
Well, the hard part for me on that is like, why don't you just hover over them on?
And then we kind of thought here the Corviknight probably didn't have anything else but Body Press as a attacking
might
move.
not.
Yeah, he's probably the bulk up roost.
So the Cinescorch will just end up killing off the Corviknight, making Max now 1-0, getting a 3-0 on Cyclone and Cyclone 0-1. So the next battle, which is two people we actually have here, it is Ace and Vsing.
Pog.
So Ace ends up leading with his Galvantula. Vsing ends up leading with the Persian. Ace ends up swapping out.
I wanted to split up webs, but he brought out the Persian, and I was like, I'm gonna get faked out and then slash. So that's not fun.
He swaps in the he swaps in the Abomaslow. He has a Technician boost on the fake out, so that's a lot of damage. And the U-turns it also does have ton of damage.
Yeah, it's a Technician boost as well.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
It's not.
It's 70 base. It's 70 base.
Wait, it's 70 base now? Was it not 40
I thought
before?
U-turn 60.
Or 60. Yeah, 60.
I think U-turn is boosted.
No, I don't think so.
How many months did you have fake out on?
Look, just those two.
Okay.
Yeah, he just
I
wanted to get me
swear
back
you
for
told us
having
70 base
Ember
power.
Palm.
Like low
Fake
key, half my team was memes just because fake out.
Rapid Spin's actually broken as freaking.
Yeah, Rapid Spin's really good
Yeah.
now.
Trent is 70 base power.
It brings the
No, that's
Toxapex though. Toxapex's like stupid.
Fat F.
Yeah, well, it just eats it.
Yeah, just eats
I
Earthquake
almost drafted
easily.
Toxapex just because I didn't want to fight it.
Yeah, I just sold you over there because I knew the Jellicent was a possible mon. I was like, I don't want to give this thing Water Absorb.
Alright.
Just like reswapping.
Ends up will-listing the Abomasnow.
Yeah, I wanted this Obama Snow to be soundproof, but apparently that wasn't a thing until like after this next thing, and the new update or whatever.
The reason I stayed in and recovered is I wanted to scout.
That makes sense.
Like physical special, what am I dealing with?
Like, yeah, poison end up killing that.
In retrospect, should have saved the Hitmontop.
Going and fake out though, yeah, again. Or
Yeah.
nope.
No,
No.
you turn.
Why didn't you
It's bound
fake out
to burn
there?
anyway.
Oh, okay,
Don't
yeah,
take-
okay.
There's something I'm killing him with, realistically.
And you pretty much get like a free swap.
No
Yeah,
ground type, Volt Switch for free.
that's fine.
Goes into Sandaconda. The hail goes down.
This is where things go a little crazy because he coils up and I'm like, ah, shit. Well, this kind of sucks for me.
I think they were trying to like predict each other. I think.
Well, I play rough there just to see if I could get an attack reduce. But I ended up not getting that, so I swapped into Toxapex here because I was like, even through the reflect, I'm not taking crazy amount of damage because Toxapex is fully bulky, fully HP. And I
Here-
can just try and get a Scald Burn.
Here you predict that he's gonna coil again, don't you?
No, I figure he's gonna attack, but I can take one just fine. If I
These
take too
things-
much,
Yeah, but he
Just
coils
like-
again.
he coils again here, and like, well, that's just because he does that. Then I do end up getting the burn here, which is very lucky on my part.
Unfortunately, Vsing click rest and I didn't go through.
Yeah,
Well,
and he
he-
accidentally
Yeah,
clicked
I
sleep
do
talk.
remember clicking rest.
Oh, he clicks rest here anyway, so it's kind of like the same thing, right?
Huh.
It would be like the same result. And
Why
then
Icy Wind, by the way?
because I thought you might swap.
No, why you have it?
Oh, why do I have it? Just because your team is very fast.
Is it though?
Yeah, and it was something that I could hit Gudra with as well.
But is it fast though?
Huh? Your team is faster than some of my walls and stuff like that, yeah.
Wakes up, rests again.
Yeah. I figured putting up the sticky webs here, Galvantula was kind of just a swap in, and then he rests up. Giga Drain just gives me HP. Sleep topping and a coil was a little unfortunate because if he had Earthquake there, I would have just died.
But you get Giga Drain to
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
And then eventually
this
gets a
point-
lot of health as well. I
At
think
this
he's
point, I've lost. So GG.
Yeah, at this
Yeah.
point, it's game. Sock
Pick up,
just comes through
flinch,
and hits everything. Except for the
Volt
Jellicent.
switch.
Yeah, I think if I hit that Earthquake on that Sleep Talk, it would have been a different story.
Yeah.
Don't you
Yes.
end up killing more mons? I think, don't you?
I
Somehow.
think I killed the Grimmsnarl. I think.
Yeah, it ends up being a 3-0.
you end up killing the Grimmsnarl and the Galvantula. Believe.
Yeah.
We'll speed it up a
Oh
tiny
yeah, I
bit.
missed like 18 Willows.
Oh yeah, he missed the.
I saw Toxapex in there because I thought Hubba might just try and take the precedent and go straight into the T-Tar.
Didn't
And
even
like
get
do
the
something
burn
like a
there.
Dragon Dance or something.
It's
The only thing
thunder.
that was cheeky on my team that I actually built and properly plotted was the T-Tar.
Yeah.
It specifically outsped Grimmsnarl by 1, just so I could taunt it.
Pretty smart.
Because it's a dark type and Prankster don't work.
Brings in the Durant because Ace always dressed Durant for some reason.
Hey, bro, it's God.
Yeah,
And that's why,
Bustin'.
that's why I brought bulky Jellicent. What's it gonna do to me?
To be fair, this thing's strong as shit. I get fucking first impression
Yeah.
now.
I thought he might be scarfed right there,
What's
so
his
I was
first
like,
impression?
Durant.
Durant.
Durant does.
Oh. It's like-
It's a-
I was looking at Tyranitar and Grimmsnarl on the screen, and I was like, oh.
Alright, I think that's the last thing you actually end up killing because he switched in the sock. and was-
Yeah. There I just was like, there's no reason to lose Durant here if he's scarfed, and if he's not end up being scarfed, I can just bring in the Durant. And then I just wanted Sock to do something.
Yeah.
I was Smooth Rock because the sand helps Heliolisk
Okay.
and Sandaconda.
Uh,
Didn't get Sandville.
So Ace is now 1-0 with a 3-0, and Vsing is 0-1. Going on to the last battle, and
Which took a long time as well to make.
is Ben and Marty. This one is kind of It's kind of like a mid battle. Ben really didn't care too much, and I think Marty kind of did care. So, so it's one of those. So we'll just go
had
ahead.
a very busy week.
Yeah. Brings in the new Corsola, and Ben leads with the Obstagoon, switches out into his Greedent. Man, Greedent is thick. Jesus.
Also, want you to know Marty was convinced that knockoff just didn't exist. Because we were talking about things not being allowed knockoff. Because Home had come out, which I don't think we've said this anywhere, but starting in week 2, moves and abilities that were made legal with Homes coming out are being allowed starting next week of battles, but we did not change midweek.
Yeah.
Week 1.
I don't know if we're gonna in the mid, or we're probably not in the mid season gonna allow the new mons though. I don't know.
No new mons, no.
Because I mean that'd probably mess up a lot of things.
Marty put in work with this conk. Jesus.
Yeah.
It's a freaking Kongella. What
Well,
you
yeah.
expect?
I really wanted the draft Kendra. This month's so busted.
I think he ends up swapping like most of, or ends up hitting most of his team with it.
He literally killed everything himself.
Yeah. My choke comes in.
I think he should. Yeah, he did. He should have very much here. He did.
Barely eats it though, and I think it'll die to like the burn. If that thing, and that thing just put in
Big
work.
value, bro. Big value.
The dynamic punch actually one shots the Lapras. He brings in his Frostmoth against the Obstagoon. Ben ends up body pressing, and Marty tries to hit Hurricanes. The Obstagoon lives on 1.
Because
Bro, put air slash on.
Bug's not super effective against Dark, and Ben has Protect instead of Obstruct. What the?
Ben protects. I'm guessing to get a little bit more HP, or he just didn't care. I don't know. He ends up killing the Frostmoth though. He protects again. Marty tries to use Hyper Beam, and then he hits a Thunder. Ends up killing Ben's last mon. Marty ends up getting a 3-0, and he's now 1-0, and Ben is 0-1. That is all the battles for this week. These little streams will be every Sunday, hopefully, and just it'll be weekly, just like pretty much just going through all the battles. They'll be kind of short, but yeah. Also, just since this is my channel, I'll try to cut this out if this goes into CCO, but tomorrow I'm starting. I'm gonna try to start my schedule for streaming and stuff. I'm gonna be streaming 5 days a week, hopefully. So yeah, I should be live tomorrow at 12, or maybe a little bit after 12, depending. I'm gonna start doing like waking up early, doing some exercise, and then streaming. So yeah, it'll be a little bit different on Wednesdays and Fridays because my schedule is a little bit different. So yeah, but anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you check out the CCL Twitter and the CCL YouTube. The YouTube will probably have all this stuff on it if you just want to miss stuff and you want to check it out or whatever. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.